Hello, my name is Carolyn Dee Flores, and I am here with episode 3 of How to Make a Picture Book for Kids. Okay, last time we worked on the story, and then we drew some pictures, and now we've got something to put in our book. So, since the last time, I've actually come up with a title. It's called 12 Feet, written and illustrated by Carolyn Dee Flores. Now, I went ahead and changed the pictures a little bit. As you can see, John woke up one morning to find he had become 12 feet tall. So I went ahead and did a new picture. On the second page, when John looked out the window, he saw his dog had grown to be 12 feet tall and 1 inch. I actually have a drawing of John looking out the window and his dog looking back at him. Okay, so now that we've finished our story and our pictures, I'm going to staple the manuscript together. It's actually more than a manuscript because a manuscript means just the text or the words, and the middle part here, the pages, actually have both illustrations and text. We're going to have to do this again because guess what? I don't have any staples. So go ahead and pause it. Okay, so here's our manuscript. And be sure and load your stapler before we start because I just tried that and it didn't work. Okay, so now the stapler is loaded with staples and we are going to staple it 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to take those 2 tablet backs that we tore off in the last episode and we're going to put them like this. Actually, we're going to take the middle part, the pages, and we're going to put them on the back piece of cardboard, and we're going to bring this piece of cardboard right over it, over the top. And then we're going to take some duct tape. We're going to pull it off, make it about a little bit shorter than the length of the covering cardboard. I'm going to place it right here, and I'm going to make it, kind of press it down so it's really tight. Here, I'm going to take this over the back and bind it. Okay, so what I've essentially done is put the 2 pieces of cardboard together, and when you open it up, you'll have a little bit of a middle space. Now, I'm going to set aside our book part, the pages, set this aside over here, and we're going to put the cloth on the cover. So here we go. Now we have our 2 covers. This is the front cover, this is the back cover. And what we're going to do is take that piece of cloth that we cut up in the last episode and we're going to wrap it around this. Let me show you the cloth in case you did not see the last 2 episodes. It's just a remnant that I got from the store for $1. Okay, so here we go. This is about the right size. It just happened to be the right size. But you want a good amount on this side and a good amount on this side. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to wrap this way and probably try to make it as tight as possible. Now, I did that, and now I'm going to have to take this tape, the duct tape, and I'm going to pull it and tape it down. That's the first one. So, let's make sure it's nice and tight. And then I'm going to push this against here, and I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to go ahead and tear this piece first. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, so I'm going to pull it as tightly as I can. All right, and I'm going to tape it. And that's good. Now, no one will see this tape, so it doesn't really matter if you get it, exactly right. It just needs to hold. Okay, I want a close-up on this because this is a little bit more complicated. It's not hard, but you do need to pay attention so you can see how to do this corner. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to pull it down like this. So it looks a bit like a paper airplane. Okay, then we're going to push this corner down like this, actually pull, and then we're going to have that tape ready and we're going to tape it down like this. And that will be the first corner of your book. Do this corner on all 4 ends and then we'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have done this and we've gotten the cloth around our book, you can see how now we have a front cover and a back cover. In a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and put our pages in the middle. But before that, we're going to need to create the end papers. Okay, so you have a front cover, you have a spine, and you have a back cover. Here, when you open this up, and this is the book that I created, A Trip Through the Space Air, written and illustrated by Carolyn Dee Flores when I was 7. When you open it up, you have end papers, and that's the next part we're going to put down. So, I like to use the cereal boxes that we have lying around in the kitchen. So, usually they have food in them, but I try to save them afterwards. So, I'm going to be cutting this part out and this part out of the box, and we'll lay them with the picture side facing the covers. We're going to lay them on there, but we're going to do this with glue. So give me a few minutes, I'm going to cut this, and we'll be right back to glue it on there, and we'll be almost done with our book. Thank you. Okay, so here I am cutting this one. I'm going to just cut it as straight as I can. Alright, and it can be poster board, or it can be a cereal box back, and try to get on the inside of that fold, because you want this to be as flat as it can possibly be when we glue it down. Okay, and I'm going to take off the crooked part right here. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to discard it, and I'm going to put this and the other one on the back like this. So I'm going to take this part right here and start to pour glue on this. Okay, I'm going to pour glue on this, and then I'm going to set it down in just a minute. So actually you can just keep watching for a minute. Okay, we want to have a lot of glue here. Okay, and a lot of glue here. Kind of go as close to the edges as you can, okay, without making too much of a mess. And again, you might want to have your teacher or your parents do this part, because you guys might be a little young to be doing this. Okay, so I'm going to lay it down like this, and now I have, and if I have my back end paper. Now here's the thing, if it leaks out like that, that's okay, because it's going to dry clear. Now I'm going to do the other one. You have to be really strong, so you really should get your parents or your teacher to do this, because apparently it's harder than it looks. It's really hard. It's really hard to get this. Okay, we're going to get up to the edges. We're going to make a zigzaggy pattern over here. We're going to make a fish. No, we're not. We're just going to actually get zigzaggy stuff over there. Okay, and get it pretty close up to here, and we're going to do the same thing here. These edges, I mean the corners here, where it's going to be closer to the edges of the book, at least the corner edges, is what we need to be worried about. So that's where we need to put the most glue. So I'm just going to slide this over here, and we're going to lay this down. Now we might want to put something kind of heavy over it, so I'm going to put this here and my bowl of Play-Doh, and let's see how it dries. This is the really exciting part. By the way, I decided that 2 reams of paper were better than the other things that we had pressing down. So I'm going to move these now, move these over, and now they've had time to dry, and we have our 2 end papers. Okay, what I'm using as my model for this is A Trip Through the Space Air, the book I wrote when I was 7 years old, and as you can see, it has the end papers right here and a big piece of tape connecting it to the manuscript or to the pages. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and put this just over so it lines up with the edge of the back cover cardboard, and I'm going to take this tape, okay, and I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller than the length of the page. In this case it's 11 inches, so I'm going to do this and connect those 2. Put it down as hard as I can, and here we go. There we are. So that is the front part. Okay, now I'm going to turn it like this and line it up. Well, it's already lined up. So I'm going to take this, again, make it just a little bit smaller than the length of the back page, and I fold it down like this, pressing it down. Okay, and now, now we have our book. Oh my gosh, we have it. So here we have our book. It's the front cover, we have the end papers, we have the title page, we have the actual story starting, first illustration, and as you can see, we keep going and see the rest of the book. In the back, we have our cover, and now it's time to decide what we're going to draw on the top. And I think I'm going to draw 2 feet and say, just like I do on the title page, 12 feet, written and illustrated by Carolyn Dee Flores, age, I'm not going to tell you that, but you can put your age there, okay? We've done it. Next time I see you at a school visit, I'll be showing you my new book, 12 feet. Until then, I can't wait to see your books. Yay. Bye-bye.